I didn't learn it until I was 48, and I wanted to share my experience. So it's really a manual. If you just read one chapter, apply it, you'll get immediate results.
Okay.
I like that. I'm a big self-help guy, and I actually wrote a book called The Practical Guide to Self-Transformation. And
Oh,
so I'm into self-help and spirituality and how to be great. And off the bat, you had my attention because what you're talking about is actually doing something that's applicable. A lot of times when people write books or you read different things, it's no they don't tell you how to apply what you're learning. So if you could talk more about like the application of your book, that'd be good.
absolutely, and there's no fluffing here. If you understand what fluff is,
Mm-hmm.
it's from the heart, and it's short, concise, practical, with proven results. So if people just read it, read one chapter, and they will feel differently. Once you start feeling differently, it stimulates the body to want that feeling, so it becomes addictive after a while. And once you start feeling better, everything changes. Your relationships change, the way you feel about you changes, the people that you meet change.
We're being invaded, I think. I don't know, maybe not.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely
There he is. I
you're
wondered what
absolutely
was
right.
going on. Go ahead, Mr. Gupta. I didn't mean to cut you and Big Is off. Go ahead.
No, you're absolutely right, and I think that there I got into this argument with this guy because I actually minored in religion in college, and we got into this argument about just religion, organized religion, and whether it was very how applicable, for example, was the Bible. And it's like it has all these great messages in it. It has all these good things that you should learn, but it never tells you how to apply it to yourself. So I also agree with you about the happiness factor. It's like um, the day you wake up and everything's going great and you're happy, you're smiling, it seems like nothing can go wrong. But on the opposite end, like when you're having a bad day, it seems like everything goes wrong. And when people start to understand, A, that they have control over their thoughts, and B, that their emotions have reactions, then I think we're able to
Yep.
transform ourselves into higher beings. And
Yeah,
I'm not
and
just saying that because I spent the last week in Denver, Colorado getting high. That had nothing to do with it.
It helps.
What
yeah,
inspired you to write this book?
it was through sheer adversity. I was going through a lot of pain at the time, and I knew a lot of inspirational, motivational content, but I couldn't apply it. So people think that knowledge is power, but in fact, knowledge is powerless unless you implement. So I know
That's
how to
true.
lose weight, but I don't implement. That makes it more painful. So
Yeah, I think you're right. And then like I think you really should make sure that you do an audio version of your book and you should read it. In America, you have the accent, you'll sell more just because of that. I'm telling you. I'm
yeah.
seriously.
So
I got a couple of different apps that I downloaded, meditation apps and different things like that. And the people who have the foreign accents, I like them better. Personally, I don't know. It's just something more soothing about it.
So my number one discipline that we talk about is awareness. From awareness, you get clarity, and a lot of people are missing clarity in these days, especially the young people. They're so easily confused and misinformed. But
Yep.
clarity gives you focus. Focus gives you action, and action gives you results. Once you start getting the results, it just feeds on itself, and you start feeling more successful, happier, more joyous, more fulfilled, and ultimately we're looking for a sense of fulfillment, not happiness. Our ultimate goal is fulfillment.
Absolutely. Have you written any other books?
That's my first book. My next book is going to be called Immediate Inspiration.
Okay, that's pretty dope. Where can people find this book at?
If you can go on Amazon, it's number one bestseller on Amazon, or you can go to my website, anilguptainspires.com. ANIL Gupta, Gupta inspires.com, and you'll have a link there to gain access to the book.
I really want to read. I want a signed personal copy. How do I get that?
Okay, yep. If you send me $200, that will give me immediate happiness.
That'll cause me immediate sorrow.
Well, it's yin and yang.
Do you know how many people I have to sell drugs to come up with that money? I don't think we want to start that chain reaction.
Well, you send me a little parcel and I'll send you a little book.
See, now we're talking. I'm going to go check it out. As an author, I want to read it. I'm always interested to check out other people's writing styles.
Yep.
Just as a person, you know, it interests me what you were talking about, you know. Immediately I wanted to read more about it and find out. So, people, if you're listening, and we have 6 billion viewers, if you didn't know, what happened is our server's down right now because it's so many. It crashed, and we're waiting for them to all sign up. But once our 6 billion viewers all get uploaded, they need to go find your book. Tell us again where they can find you at.
It's available at Amazon.com or on my website, neilguptainspires.com.
Are you going to be in the States? Are you in the States now?
Yeah, I'm in Orlando. I live in Orlando.
Okay. Are you doing?
He's in Orlando. That's awesome.
Yeah. Are you doing any promotional tours or anything like that? You got any other upcoming events?
Well, you know, I have to value my time. So what I'm doing, I'm doing a lot more internet media, social media stuff, so that I get to a larger audience at a faster rate. I used to travel a lot, but traveling takes up a lot of time and energy, and you can't reach as many people as you can through radio and TV and the internet. So I'm restricting myself to the major players in the internet field and the major media channels.
That's what's up. Well, that makes us major. And
oh, you're major. You're very major.
Thank you.
Look at that.
Nice.
See, Israel, you're back in the building. You're back, and you've got and you've got a Neil Gupta going. You're major.
No, he's major.
Major. Go get this book, people, because if you don't, some random guy will punch you in the face on your way to church. Do it. And you don't want to be punched in the face.
No.
So
you want to pick this book up.
Happy.
Now,
is there anything about marijuana in there? Because that makes me instantly happy.
Is there anything about marijuana in your book? Immediate happiness.
Because I feel immediately happy after I smoke. I'm just, you know. Anil, you there?
He's got nothing to say about pot in the book.
Is it made out of hemp paper?
Yeah, it's impregnated paper. Yes.
Thank you. I'll leave you alone.
Now, Mr. Gupta, tell us about some of the various reaction you've been getting on the book. What's been some of the reviews and some of the folks that have just been flying in and checking out your book and everything?
Well, I got a beautiful review today. Let me just find it for you. I didn't even know I did this stuff, but he says that I did. But I just you know, he said, "Oh, you did this." I said, "Well, I only spoke from my heart," and you know, and if you do that, it comes across. People can sense it. People can really see it. So let me just get that up for you. Just 1 minute.
Look at that. He's inspiring people worldwide. It's amazing.
No, it really is very beautiful. And, you know, a lot of people are in pain and suffering. And if you realize that they don't have to be in that pain and suffering, that they have the choice. They have tools and technologies that they can make a difference. And what he said here, he says, each chapter is a jewel in itself and is structured around a central question premise, a description, a diagnosis, and exercises that allow you to come to a prescription. I don't know really what that means, but basically what I've written is something that you can read comfortably, that you can apply, and there are exercises that give you an immediate response and feeling. So I'm really about getting results quickly, because when you're in pain, when you're in suffering, You don't want a long-acting pill. You want a pill that works immediately. So this really does the trick. And one of my things is to increase the self-worthiness of especially teenagers. There are so many teenage suicides just because they're feeling unworthy. If we can increase their worthiness, there'll be less suicides and there'll be so much more joy on the planet.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think about all the things that bring me happiness. Most of them are inappropriate, but they make me happy genuinely, and that's what works for me.
They bring you immediate happiness.
Immediate happiness.
Well, do you have any other books you're working on there, Anil?
Inspiration one, right?
Yeah, I'm working on the inspiration, and a lot of people try and motivate people. There's a big difference between motivating people and inspiring people. I can motivate you to go for a run, and then you'll never do it again. But if I can inspire you to go for a run, you'll want to do it again because it's coming from you.
Yeah. I mean, you're absolutely right, and that's the whole thing about it is that like, I was reading this book about affirmations, and you can affirm some things to yourself, but if you don't believe it, it's going to make it worse than it was to begin with. And like one of the things he suggested was instead of saying, instead of using the affirmation like I'm a millionaire, when you know you're not, it's better to use an affirmation that says, I would love to see myself as a millionaire, because that's the truth. You would love to see yourself as a millionaire, but a millionaire you are not. So I kind of understand what you're saying, and I think it's along the same lines. And I think that more people, if they would just stop and think about stuff, fortunately for us in the United States, the government thinks for us, so we don't have to do that anymore. Yeah. So our minds are free to fill up with, a bunch of BS like, commercials and reality TV that's scripted, the good stuff,
The good stuff.
Yeah. And the beautiful thing about books, and I was trying to explain this to a person, is that, I never once had to go recharge my book. You know what I mean? Like, yep. You want to read in the airport and you got this device and it's going dead, and it's right when the book is getting great. Now, it's great to carry 400 books, which was once, but, I never had to recharge a book once. So I'm still a traditionalist. And,
I'm still a traditionalist.
Yeah, I actually read. I mean, don't tell anybody because my core base of fans would be upset about
it. Well, Anil, we've about run out of time here, my friend. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for being such a good sport and having fun with us today.
No, I enjoyed it. I love the banter, and I'm waiting for that parcel to come my way.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. It's coming.
It's on your way.
A happy parcel.
Ship me your address. I'll mail you the book. I'll send you signed copies.
That's great. I'm currently looking for a publisher for my book, and guess who's going to get the first time copy?
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Neil.
Well, thank you, Anil. Have yourself a wonderful Sunday. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Happy holidays.